Hello, BCW fans! I am longtime independent wrestling fan Robert, and then there were 8. Was a great show from the Elks Lodge, and here are the results. The show begins with tag team action as we see Certified Sexy defeat the Apostles of Chaos. I did not get the Apostles' individual names. Up next, we had a quarterfinal match of the heavyweight title tournament as we saw the good guy Azrael with Colossal Mike Law in his corner defeat the Concrete Rose Sonny Kiss to advance to the finals. Up next with singles action as we saw Eric Jaden defeat Tyler Murphy. Oh well, I can't really think of anything right now for that match. Up next, we were set to see the Green Machine Mike Orlando take on Kurt Stallion, but Orlando announced that Stallion was not there, and out came Logan Black, and the match was on, and Mike Orlando defeated Logan Black to advance to the finals of the semifinals of the heavyweight title tournament. Up next, we were set to see the Man of Steel Mike Verner go one-on-one with Darius Carter. However, Carter attacked Verner from behind before he entered the ring. Verner eventually retaliated, returned the favor, and then threw Carter to the ring, and before Verner could go after him, Talon, who was defeated by Verner last month, attacks Verner, and Verner finally gets to the ring, and then the bell finally rang. Carter hits Verner with a foreclosure and pins him to advance to the semifinals of the tournament, and after the match, Carter gave Verner a second foreclosure. Up next, we were set to see Rex Lawless go one-on-one with Masada, but before the match got underway, the Devil's Outlaw Stockade comes out and wanted to make it a three-way dance. And at one point, Stockade tried to bring Masada's barbecue skewers into play, and they were trying to stab each other in the head with it, but I think Rex Lawless attacked both of them at that point. Masada ended up picking up the win, defeating Lawless and Stockade. And then they went to intermission. After intermission, we saw a women's tag team match as Nikki Adams and Katrid defeated Faye Jackson and Willow Nightingale. After the match ended, Faye attacked Willow and left her laying in the ring. Up next is a four-way matchup as we saw Ace Andrews defeat Orion Doug, Iceberg, and Pyro Pulse. Andrews asked for the microphone, and before he could get his hands on it, the Grim Reaper attacks Andrews from behind, and he tells him he's going to follow him everywhere he goes. And Andrews, I forgot what he said. He made it quick, though. And then the main event of the evening was another quarterfinal match of the heavyweight title tournament, as we saw Danny Moskal one-on-one with the Pro Wrestling Maniac Joe Gacy. Now, at one point in the match, somebody bumped into Ref Steven. Someone, I forgot who it was, but somebody bumped into Shady Torres, who took over after Steven was taken down. Eventually, Moff nails Gacy with the Burning Hammer. Moff went to do a second Burning Hammer, but all of a sudden, the Sicilian Slammer Fabio comes out, spears Moff, and Gacy took advantage and ended up defeating Moff to advance to the semifinals of the tournament. And then Fabio, Sicilian Slammer, he threw Gacy out of the ring, and he picked Moff up and gave him a Death Valley driver. And then he took a big board, a door-like board, placed it in the corner, and the Slammer spears Moff through it. And before any further damage was done, Rays of the Goat comes out, and the Slammer exits the ring, and Moff asks for the microphone, and he tells Gacy that he respects them, and Gacy tells Moff that he respects him, and said they got to do it again someday. And I forgot. Oh, actually, it ended with all 4 semifinalists, Gacy, Azrael, Darius Carter, and Mike Orlando all in the ring. Well, it's personal notes time. Great seeing Mike McNicholas, Stella, Jeff, the General Admission Wrestling Podcast guys, Ben and Mike, Jason, Kevin, Irving. Who else I remember seeing here? Pete Raymond. Was it Riemann? Ryan Peterson ring announced the show in place of Larry Legend. Forgot to mention at the beginning of the show, this young, lovely lady Erica came to the ring to sing the national anthem, and she really did great. Some memorable quotes. What is that thing? Jeff on Orion Doug when he came out for his match. You look like Mike Sharp, one of those elderly guys sitting near me. Well, I forgot to mention I seen Shane Fair, Elliot, Jacqueline, Rhea. I forgot who else I did see at this event. For those who were not there, unfortunately Anthony Gangone and Bobby Fish, who were going to main event the show, were not there. Hopefully both men will get to take part in BCW in the future. But BCW returns on Saturday. That's right, folks. Saturday, July 29th. And that very night, we will have the semifinals as well as the final match of the heavyweight title tournament. The semifinal matches will see Wrestling's richest prize, Darius Carter, take on the Green Machine, Mike Orlando. And the other one will have the good guy, Azrael, one-on-one with the Pro Wrestling Maniac, Joe Gacy. The winners of those two matches will face each other later that night, and the winner will be crowned the very first BCW Heavyweight Champion. Now, also that night, I would like to see Danny Moff one-on-one with the Sicilian Slammer, Willow Nightingale take on Faye Jackson, Ace Andrews take on the Grim Reaper, Masada and Stockade go one-on-one, Mike Verner go one-on-one with Talon. With Talon and Alright, now there's something I'd like to address. During the matchup between Mike Orlando and Logan Black, I noticed Shane, one of the owners of NYWC, he came over to where Michael Licata was sitting. Licata had brought like I don't know if these are like big confetti poppers, and he was setting them off as wrestlers were coming through the curtain for their matches. Now, I'm sure this whole thing was out of Shane's hands. So I don't know if it was the owner or manager of the building, or even the State Athletic Commission that took exception to this and wanted Licata out of the building. Look, no matter who was behind this whole thing, all you had to do was tell him to put the stuff away. Shouldn't have to throw somebody out for something like that. Again, it was out of Shane's. I'm sure this was all out of Shane's hands. And I wouldn't be surprised if one of the employees of that building, or even someone from the State Athletic Commission was behind all of this. I know eventually Licata did come back in the building. I do say one thing. I mean, it's one thing to be a damn ball buster, but that just was totally uncalled for. You could have just told him to put the stuff away, and that would be it. Instead of telling somebody to leave. And I don't give a goddamn if everybody tries to give me fucking heat for this. So I will say, despite that, I enjoyed myself at BCW. I sure hope July 29th will be great, especially since it's on a Saturday. And the first ever BCW heavyweight champion will be crowned. Yeah. BCW, BCW, BCW.